So this is a pretty exciting time for people who love you, because I don't know how many of you have seen RBG. I saw it in Alaska with a big pack of people, packed theater, and they had to hold it over. This is in a town of 30,000 in Juneau, and they just kept playing it and playing it and playing it, and every night it was full. And later this year, On the Basis of Sex will be coming out. You're on T-shirts. Late night comedians are working out with you on national television. What is it like for you to be in the popular spotlight like this? There's this sudden blossoming of fascination when you've been doing incredible work for decades. I mean, I love the idea that you're saying to people, yes, sometimes people confuse me for her. But how did all of this occur?
It was started by a second-year student at NYU Law School. Mm-hmm. And she started it when the court decided the Shelby County case. That was a case about the Voting Rights Act that Kat spoke about. Mm-hmm. Voting Rights Act of 1965. The court held unconstitutional the key provision. The system that the 65 Act set up was if the state, or it could be a smaller unit, a city, a county, had a history of excluding African Americans from the vote, they could make no change in their voting laws without pre-clearing it with the Department of Justice or a 3-judge court in D.C. Mm-hmm. That pre-clearance mechanism was working very well. Mm-hmm. But the court said it's obsolete. This was a formula written in 1965. Mm-hmm. And some places that were once discriminators are not anymore. So Congress should redo the who's in and who's out. Mm-hmm. But what member of Congress would stand up and say, my district, my state is still discriminating? It just wasn't real. And the law had a bailout provision so that if you had a clean record for X number of years, you could get out of the pre-clearance system. Anyway, this student was angry when the court announced this decision. And then she decided that anger was really not a productive emotion, that instead she would do something positive. Mm-hmm. So she took the summary of my dissent, what I read from the bench, and she put it up on a Tumblr, mm-hmm. and it just took off from there into the wild blue yonder. And she and a journalist wrote the notorious RBG, which is now out in a young people's edition.